Hello everyone. Today in entrepreneurship we are going to discuss the next part of the second chapter, that is competencies of an entrepreneur. What is the meaning of competency? Competency is actually a defined behavior or the set of behavior which helps an entrepreneur to run an organization. Okay, competency is basically the skill. Okay, the skill and inner strength. This means skill or inner strength or a set of defined behavior. You can say a set of defined behavior, um, or these are the skills or inner strength of an entrepreneur on the basis of which he performs his job or he runs an organization. So there are certain competencies which is required by the entrepreneur. So these competencies can be latent or it can be acquired. Latent means it is already present in the entrepreneur but it is not utilized. Okay, or he is unaware of that talent or that skill which is within himself. Okay, so that is latent, which is there in the entrepreneur but he is unaware of that skill or he is not utilizing that skill. And second one is acquired. There are some competency of an entrepreneur which he has to acquire. Now how he will acquire? By training. Okay, he can acquire it by experience or by training. So these are few competencies of an entrepreneur which he should have. So starting first is initiative. So this we have discussed earlier. No, innovation we have discussed. Okay, initiative is starting something new. Okay, so that means you should have an idea, or you should not only have an idea but you should venture into a new that you should start a new enterprise or a new method. So that is initiative. Okay, that means for initiating something you have to be a very keen observer. You have to see the society, whatever is going on in the society, and then you have to speed up the idea, or you have to do what? You have to implement that idea, start working on that idea. So that is initiative. Next comes creativity and innovation. This we have seen earlier also. Maybe the entrepreneur is not having a new idea, but what he can do, he can see the existing product and he can make changes in that, and he can innovate. Innovation is that he can innovate a new method of packaging of a product, or a new method of a new design of a particular product. He can change the design, he can change the packaging, he can do he can do changes in the existing product. That is creativity and innovation. Like here we can say, earlier nobody thought of packaging milk in a plastic bag. Okay, so or a sachet, like shampoo in a sachet, or milk in that packet. So this is what? This is innovation. So next is risk taking and risk management. See, whenever we start an organization or we think of business, risk is always associated. Why? Because the future is uncertain. You cannot predict the future, so risk is there. Okay, now you have to manage that risk. What we have to, risk is due to the demand of the product in the market, the existence of competitors, or acceptability, regarding the acceptability of your product. There are so many types of risk. So an entrepreneur has to always take care of this risk, and he should always try to take risk in a calculated way. That means, and he always has to find solution for this risk. Now, I'll give example like Dhirubhai Ambani, when he was facing cash crunch, he started selling shares in the market. Okay, he introduced this and he floated his share in the market for this risk profit, and there was risk in that. Maybe the people will not accept the shares, he will not get sufficient subscription, so that is risk. Then comes problem solving. This is related with risk. So there was risk. Okay, he was facing cash crunch and there was problem of cash. There was a risk of closure of business or reducing the production and all. So he started selling. He took the risk of issuing shares in the market. Now this risk was there, and he solved this problem by issuing shares in the market, and through issuing shares he got sufficient money. So that is problem solving. Then comes leadership. Leadership is persuading someone or influencing the behavior of other. Now this is also one of a very important competency of an entrepreneur, that he has to always influence the behavior. He has to always persuade the people in the organization to behave in a desired manner. Now, a leader, if a manager or if an entrepreneur is having leadership quality, he'll be able to face all the difficult situation or any crisis is there, he'll be able to face it in a better way if the entrepreneur is having that leadership quality. Then comes persistence. Persistence means not to leave when difficult time comes. In that situation, you should not leave. So you are having an idea, you have initiated, or you are innovating something new, but because of the problems, this is the on the path of success, roadblocks comes. So you cannot, an entrepreneur should not leave the idea, leave the project. He has to be persistent there. Okay, persistence should be there. That means he has to continue. Like we have seen example of Mahima Meher. What she did, she experimented with different types of raw material for making handmade paper, and finally she ended up with making handmade paper with that elephant dung. Okay, so that is why the name of her product is Hathi Chap. Okay, so she experimented with different types of raw material, and then finally it took a lot of time for that. So that is persistence in that venture. She didn't drop that idea. She said, okay, we'll experiment, and we'll see that which raw material is good for making handmade paper. Okay, so that is persistence. Now quality performance. An entrepreneur has to focus on the quality of the product as well. Okay, then only he'll be able to deliver the product in the market. And see, these standards are set by some things. These standards are set by the entrepreneur himself, that this will be the quality of my product, and sometimes it is according to the quality of the competitors in the market. There are competitors' product already in the market, so sometimes the standards are set according to the competitors, or the standards are set by the entrepreneur himself. So he has to maintain that standard. This is also one of the competency. Then comes information seeking. Okay, so next is information seeking. Here he has to gather information about the venture. So the success and failure of an enterprise depends on the information an entrepreneur is having. Okay, because he has to be aware about the environment, about the surrounding. So an entrepreneur seeks information about the environment, he makes him aware about it. So this can be done by two ways. One is he can conduct research by himself, or he can use the information of others. Okay, that means research or other information from other sources. So he always, and he will use this information regarding the environment for his business. Now next after that is systematic planning. See, the resources are limited. Whether you are talking about time or money or labor or raw material or whatever it is. So resources are limited, and an entrepreneur has to plan for the future of the enterprise, and he has to make the best possible use of the resources. So for that he has to prepare a blueprint of action. Okay, so how he is going to utilize these resources, because an entrepreneur generally what he does, he invests his life savings in that enterprise. So he has to create a blueprint, he has to do systematic planning and implementation and utilization of the resources. Okay, then is persuasion and influencing others. So an entrepreneur has to persuade, he has to influence others. This influencing is related with leadership, and see, not only the employees of the organization, but an entrepreneur has to influence the environment, he has to arrange for raw materials, and then he has to the institutions and all, the customers, all he has to persuade and influence. So that is also one of the important competency of an entrepreneur. Then comes enterprise launching competency. See, opportunity is always there in the environment, and there are very few people who can see the opportunity. And from among those, there are few people who actually grab the opportunity and work accordingly. See, resources are also there in the environment. You have to see the opportunity. You have to utilize that for the success of the enterprise. So that is enterprise launching competency. And then enterprise management competency. This is the last competency. That means management, we have seen, management is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So this is to manage, not only starting up of an enterprise is the one of the competency of entrepreneur. After launching, he has to manage it nicely. Okay, by doing planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. So these are the enterprise management competency. So this is all about the competency of an entrepreneur. Okay, so next topic is ethics. Ethics and business ethics. So what do we mean by ethics? Ethics is the standards of right and wrong. Okay, so these are those standards that impose reasonable obligation on an individual to refrain from social and moral evils. So what are social evils like murder or fraud, assault? So these are what? These are social evils. So ethics are those standards which impose an obligation on an individual that you have to refrain from these social evils. These are the standards of right and wrong in the society. And now what is business ethics? Business ethics is to conduct the business with a human touch. Okay, this is to conduct the business with a human touch for what? To give welfare to the society. So first is you are conducting business. This is you are doing. In entrepreneurship you are doing business. And how you are doing business? With a human touch. That means you are thinking about the human factor. You are thinking about the society. And why you are thinking about the employees in your organization? To give welfare to the society. You are working for the welfare of the society, not to cheat the... So these are against the ethic that you should not cheat the people. Okay. You should not get indulged in unfair trade practices. So that is business ethics. Now why business ethic is required actually? There are three reasons. First is attracting customers. If you are following the ethics, that means you will attract more and more customers. This will increase your sales and revenue. Okay, your sales and revenue will increase. So this is for attracting customers. Then employee satisfaction. If the employees in the organization, they know that you are always taking right decisions. You are working for the welfare of the society. You are thinking for the human in the organization, the employees. They will be satisfied, and this will reduce labor turnover and absenteeism. Okay, labor turnover and absenteeism will be reduced. Now next is attracting investors. If your business is ethical, your practices are ethical, then this will attract more and more investors. You will get funds, and your share prices will increase. You will get always you will never face problems regarding funds and cash. So these are the reasons why a business organization should follow the ethics, and it should always be ethical. So only this till this point we'll do in this video. Okay, thank you.